We are live. What's up, Steve? And I'm
Hello
afraid I'm
there.
gonna chop your name up again because you let the audience know how you say your name. It's Steve
It's
Mello
Steve Mello.
Mella,
Mella. With
like
the
an A at the
Mella.
like a Mella.
It's actually technically it's French
Oh,
because
really?
Mella came over with William the Conqueror
Yeah, yeah.
back in 1066, and so that's where the name comes from. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's probably Melor rather than that. But we're
Yeah,
British, so Mella.
yeah. No, because I'm
That's what
always
we call
chopping up people up
well, actually
when I
British.
talk to them, chopping their names up. So you got a product coming out soon, I believe February 12th, correct? Is it the 12th or no?
March 3rd.
March. Geez, I'm way off. That gives
You know
everyone
what?
plenty time.
I said it's February the 2nd about a week ago, and then I thought, no, it's not. How did I get that so wrong? So yeah, I will do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all right. March 12th, you said, correct? Or March
Third,
3rd. Ooh, God. So March 3rd, you have what's the name of the product again? I can't think of it at the top of my head.
called Book in a Day,
Book in
and
a day.
the
And
whole
that's
basis of
yeah, 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 yeah.
the whole basis of it is that I am a content creator. That's basically what I do. And when I say that, a lot of people think, oh, you make YouTube or you do something like that. But no, what I've done for the whole of my professional career is make content for people. Started as a writer. I went on to be a ghostwriter. I then started doing web design and graphic design. That's all, content because nobody wants to write their website. So we had to do all of that for them as well. Then from graphic design and stuff, I've done photography, I've done video, I've done all of those sort of things. So, and then, started doing affiliate marketing and eventually releasing my own products.
And that's when the
It's
game changed for us.
every, everything is content. That's it.
Yes.
And so what I do is
Yes.
I just realized that um, people don't know how to do it, or
Nope.
they're told, all right, you've got to make a product. Well, how the hell do you do that? Unless you've gone through
Mm-hmm.
some sort of program, some sort of thing.
Yep.
There aren't easy ways to answer a lot of the questions that you
Yeah.
get. All of my products tend to be geared towards people being able to create the content that I would usually create for
Yes.
somebody
Yes.
themselves. Because most of the people in our industry, let's face it, they want to do it themselves. They're their own people. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of money flying around on lower levels of this industry. The people who are subscribed to our list, the people who really need the
Mm-hmm.
help, they
Yes.
need to be able to do this without spending a fortune.
Yeah,
On
absolutely. And the way the
marketing.
economy is these days, forcing people more to go online because of everything costing more,
Yeah.
things like that. And here's a nugget that I can even share with my audience, with everybody. Like, creating products is great. Yes.
Mm,
It does start the conversation as their capacity out the gate. Okay. A real ninja trick a lot of people, anyone tuning in, can do. If you're brand new, start a Facebook community. I say this because you can dig the pain points out of the three questions when they enter into your Facebook. I'm gonna drop game now. I mean, that's the point, huh? For us to have a nice little meeting,
pretty much.
let them know about your
Yeah, yeah.
product. And it is about content, because content, there's every aspect of what's going on. You can look at your TV and make a content piece about that. You can look at your phone and it's glitching on you, make a content piece about that and segue it into an offer or a CTA. Okay. But I don't want to tangent too much. So there's three questions when you just for new people listening in. Three questions you need. The first question is you need to softly ask them what is the number one thing they want to learn when joining the community. Now you notice the difference. It's not like what's your biggest problem, because if you say that, people are like, oh
Yeah.
hell no, hell no. If you say it softly, I'm giving this game. They give you their pain point. They give you
Yeah.
content to write about and curate. They give you product
Mhm,
ideas. So that I
mm.
could go further, because the second question you ask is what level they are in their journey, to gauge if they're going to be tire kickers or if they're going to try to poach your group, or they're going to try to
Mhm.
and that's another thing. If people are busted, because your angle is like people are strapped for cash. If people are busted, you can build your list with a free Facebook community. Just
Yeah.
saying. Just
And
saying.
and everything that I've done is it tends to be using tools that are completely free because again, there's that barrier to entry.
Yes.
There's some
Yes.
amazing stuff out there that
Yep.
you pay a fortune for.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
look, we
I'm
look at
paying.
video
I'm
editing.
sure we are. but
Maybe
but
something like YouTubers and video editors.
mm,
There's a group of them who use Premiere, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that they use.
Mm.
But most people haven't got $60 a month that they can just blow on a tool that they may or may not use and might bring them in some money, but it might not.
Yeah.
So I've always said to people, well, DaVinci Resolve, it's free.
Hmm.
You know, it's a $300 program if you buy the license, but it's free for most of the things. And that's across the board. There is something out there that
Yep.
will replicate every
Yep.
product that you want
Yep.
that is free or is cheap or is one time or something that is, that will actually achieve the things that you need it to. And
Yep.
that's half the battle is just
It
figuring out what
is.
those
It is. Yeah. Because it's like you got to be small enough, long enough to get big. Have you keep your overhead low,
yeah.
stack your chips. Now, and of course, Uncle Sam or whoever country's tax man is, they're going to what they cut because the whole world's affiliated to the government. Kind of like we're affiliate marketers. We're like affiliates to the government. But I don't want to go ahead and go on that tangent. But the main purpose of this call is about the product you got coming out and how it
Mhm.
shows people how they can start for free. They can
Completely.
implement it. And
I've just made an update to it today,
mm,
actually, because I recorded the videos for this Monday, Tuesday. So I'm ready. And just if you don't know, if you've never launched a product before, you've got to be ready with it. I'm launching next month, but
yep,
you've got to give affiliates enough time to see the product and
yep,
understand what it's all about
yep,
and make room in their diary and stuff like that.
yep.
So, I'm ready a month before. And then Google yesterday released an update
Mhm.
where some of the stuff that you can access isn't free anymore.
Yeah.
So I've had to make a quick video saying, "Hey, look, don't use that. Use these bits, which are free still,
Now, yeah.
and access it like that."
Well,
But
see, there is a con. Now, I don't want the audience listening in to get scared of trying to, not better their lives. With marketers launching, they tend to spread the word and drive a lot of users. So it makes the
oh,
companies be like, oh, we're getting an influx of users. Let's monetize it now. So that's kind of what happens. That
well,
kind of is
we've
what
seen
happens.
this
Yeah.
this week with the DeepSeek stuff. So if you,
Mm.
I'm
I haven't touched it
playing
yet.
with
I heard it's a
AI
monster.
almost every day. I'm doing something with AI just to
I know,
kind of
man.
advance my knowledge or learn something new. Right now, as we're recording this, I am running a brand new program that turns an image into a 3D model.
Mm.
Never tried it,
I mean,
but
it's just
it's
the
running and it may be good
infinite
or not.
dynamic
Anyway,
possibilities. It's
DeepSeek at this point
and
is
it.
at a point where if you can go on, you can use it a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it'll say the servers are busy
Mm. Yeah.
because everyone's hitting it.
Yep.
Everyone's doing it.
Yep. I
But if you're
noticed
a bit
Grok.
smarter and you
Yeah. Go
go,
ahead.
actually, there's a few other free things out there. You can kind of take your conversations and spread them across all of the free AI that you can use
Mm.
and just free AI
Mm-hmm.
and
Have it
get
collab.
everything that you need.
Have it collab,
Yeah.
bouncing off.
Hmm.
Without having to go over usages, and then like, oh,
Yeah.
you've used so many credits or whatever. And okay, now what's your wallet or what's your credit card number, things like that. And they get you because that's the tripwire. And it's always those. It's like they know, it's genius. Yes, it's genius. And I know at some point, a lot of these like models that are free now, at some point they intend to monetize at some point, but
Yeah.
you're
Totally.
figuring out ways to have multiple free tools collaborate with each other, so you're not overusing the
And
usages.
it's not that difficult, actually. You
Mm.
use the free thing, you copy your chat, you paste it into the next free thing, and then you keep going.
There's a
Uh,
lot out there to use.
Not difficult. It's not difficult.
Yeah,
And yeah, there's a lot out there. I'm paying for a thing called Abacus, which is Chat LLM, which you might have heard it by,
I haven't.
because that
Go ahead.
gives you a fairly good amount of access to Claude, to OpenAI, DeepSeek's on there, and it's about $10 a month.
Oh, I have to
Um,
check that
and
out. So
it's
kind of
not
it
not all you can eat.
consolidates. It consolidates,
Kind of. It's
kind of.
not all you can eat, but you get about 2 million computing credits every month, and I've
Yeah.
used probably about 1 million of them by now in the last half a month. I mean, my account ticks over to next month on the 15th or on the 6th.
That is an
So
amazing
it's
nugget you
pretty
dropped there.
good considering I've
Yeah.
hammered it. I've done a load of work on this product
Mhm.
using the AI from that and testing things out and it's all gone through that. And so yeah, I do use it an awful lot, and it's still it's still there. There's still some compute power there for me to use.
Hmm.
But I'm now playing with like newer models and new things. I'm running AIs on my computer now because, again, I want to find out what the best way of doing things is, and uh, whether or not you'll be able to do it. Because a lot of people won't be able to do the stuff that I can. I've got a pretty beefy computer. I set my computer up to edit 12K video because video editing is a big chunk of
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. I'm
so
pretty spoiled with my Mac. It's 64 gig RAM MacBook, M1 Max. I mean, it's considered dinosaur because I think they have M4s now, where it's the whole chip set inside. The whole system is in a chip. Like it's crazy. Some craziness. Oh, did your volume cut out? Did you mute?
yeah, something just cut out, but I think we're
Yeah.
okay now.
Yeah. So yeah, I hear what you're saying about the beefy. Haven't needed a beefy computer because I invested a pretty penny for this Mac book. And it's
Yeah, I think I
business
paid about
investment.
3 grand for this. It was
You a PC
big
man?
check,
You a PC guy?
Well, but purely because I do games as well. I'm
Yeah.
not really tied to it being a PC,
Hmm.
but I play 2 days a week with
Hmm.
friends in the evening, and
Hmm.
there's no other option. You've got that. You've got
I'm
a
a retro
PC.
gamer
Just
myself.
little handheld device.
Yeah.
Be interested. If you go onto Twitter or places like that,
Yeah.
you'll see adverts for these handheld devices that you
I
pay
see him too. Yes, they trying to get me, man.
Yeah. So
I don't
I
want it
looked
though.
at that and I thought, this must be a scam. And must be a scam. Somebody must have made a video about it.
Yeah.
So I looked into it, and there's this one company called Ambernick who makes a good chunk. And people were praising them. They were saying how good these things were. And so I bought 100 quid, so
Right.
$160.
Yeah.
Came with 11,000 games pre-installed across multiple platforms, bunch of Nintendo stuff. I wanted the old Amiga games that I remember from a big Amiga, Commodore 64. That's my era.
Do you remember the Neo Geo? Remember that one?
Oh God, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
you had to be a rich kid because I'm an '80s baby.
Really,
You
very
had to be a
expensive.
rich kid
Yeah.
to have that. And what was it, 30 something years later, where we have Neo Geo now? We can play that son of a bitch. Pardon my language.
And this thing is like it's handheld, and you can carry it around in your pocket, and
I
you
love it.
download the games from the internet. And a 256 gig card, and I've got
They ran smooth.
1,000 games on there.
They ran smooth.
Yeah, pretty
On
much.
emulators.
Anything PlayStation and below work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a few Dreamcast games, a
Yeah.
few
Old Dreamcast, man, that was my stuff.
Games,
Dreamcast is what started the realisticness of the games. Dreamcast was like the beginning, I think.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, the beginning
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I want to play the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, that kind of thing.
Oh man, we couldn't. Did you mute again? It's like was that me? Can you hear me? We have a bad connection, probably.
You'd have called it the Genesis. That was the big one.
It was. I remember I used to like debate kids that the Super Nintendo was better. Like it would get bad. Like enemies.
Super Nintendo had a games. Now that I'm going through it, it's like there's Sonic on the other, and there's ports and stuff, but there's not much else. It's not a huge console, but it's got a version of Ghouls and Ghosts in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, beside all of our love of video games, let's get back to the product. I know everybody's a gamer, probably tuning in in a certain subset are probably like, games. I can't. We couldn't help it. Retro games is all we play. So anyhow, so I'm looking at the sales. Actually, I'm on the affiliate page, but let me get to the sales page. And I did watch your sales video. Oh yeah, looks like your first link to the sales video is yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It says unlock.
Hey there, Steve Mello here.
Steve, you said your name correctly there. Did you catch it? So it says unlock the paint by numbers systems that transform anyone into an author in just 24 hours. And I went through it, scanned through it, and I like what I like about your sales page is like there's no money shots. There's no douchey stuff
Yeah.
going on. And that's what I want people to understand is like, especially if they ever get to the point where they're launching products like how we do, you don't
Mm.
need monetary results to do well on a launch or decent on a launch.
Everybody tells you that that's something that you need, but actually it's not. What you
It's
actually
not.
need on the page that will sell it more than anything else
Mm-hmm.
is social proof.
Yep.
Now, that examples of what you can do as some on mine, that's the thing that really sells a product is,
Yeah.
hey, you can do this example of it. Or people who've used the product and are telling you how good it's been for them.
Yeah, I've seen reviews
Um,
of your past products, and you're really helping people figure out how to save, I mean, obviously
yeah,
you're not trying to track broke people, even though they feel broke. They probably do have a
yeah.
stash, but they just like they got a mortgage to pay, they got insurances to pay, they got the. I know people are listening and resonating to the homeowners because we are a homeowner here, and it is a lot to maintain a home. It is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of,
Hmm.
but Dad likes to say bureaucracy. I'm not sure, maybe. But anyhow, it's like
Oh,
it's
it's, I mean,
insane,
it's a fortune, but we've had to spend a couple of thousand this
and what your
month
products in
on
the
training.
whole
You
are getting
never
at.
spend it on drains if you actually had to, but
Yeah, yeah, and your products in the whole is tackling that fact. Like, beside like how the cost of living and to live in a home, rent going up, cost of groceries and food and all that. Now, obviously, people have to have some capacity to get with your trainings, but you're not killing their pocket at the same time, and you're coming with a ton of value. Okay. So
but
that said,
these
guys,
are what I call toolbox. They're stuff that you kind of
yeah,
need in your
yeah,
arsenal
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah,
able to do. It's something that you'll get, and you might even put it to one side. But then if you do the thing like launch it, you'll suddenly go, I need to do that.
yeah.
I need a graphic that does this. I
Mm-hmm.
need a video or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you can kind of reach for these things and go, right, we'll do that with it. Which is, I think it's so important to have the resources available to you. And yet, those are the things that nobody ever really talks about.
Yep. Except for you.
These are the things
Well, you and,
on
and a
a
handful of others, but I know you. I know you're
no,
doing
yeah,
it.
probably,
I
yeah.
think you got the 25% affiliate badge. Was it? You got an affiliate badge in
Yeah,
Warrior.
for one thing, I
One
do
thing.
one product, and it
Congrats
took off
anyway. You got a
one
badge.
tap traffic. I got a badge. I got a product of the day as well.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And here's a little secret that we
Yeah.
don't talk
That's
about an
that's
awful
why
lot.
we're here. Let's drop nuggets in the
I
audience.
don't product of the day that you could. There's a switch you can on if you want to submit your theme to product of the day.
Yeah.
I don't on any of mine
You said you don't?
because no, not at all, because I
Hmm.
don't think it's worth it. When I had product of the day, my conversions dropped dramatically because what happens is a load of people send a load of traffic, much of which is not very good, to your
Yeah.
sales page. If you don't turn that on, if you don't have that thing coming through, you're more likely to high quality traffic.
Hmm.
So turn that on like day or day three, as long as you're getting enough action on there. Now, I mean, most
That
of my products don't
that's a great
meet the
tip.
threshold.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
That's
I'm
not
gonna
anyway.
have to do that on
But
my
look,
next one.
on those first couple of days, you need conversions to be up
Hmm.
because you need other affiliates to see that you're doing well and to jump on board.
Yeah.
But when Warrior gives you a bunch of traffic,
Warrior. It's
it's
Warrior.
target traffic.
Yes.
Well, no, but it's a platform.
It's got a ton
When
of
when
buyers, but
you
it's
promote,
like they're like
sure,
broader audience
sure.
blasting, not like niche down blasting.
Yeah. They're not tough. Whereas if somebody sends an email out for you,
Yeah.
then they're telling them exactly what your product is.
Yeah.
And the people who are clicking through, people are going, want that kind of thing. Let me have a look at it.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So you said day 2, day 3 for you product vendors out there listening in. So
Yeah.
so don't turn it on and then wait till day 2 or day 3, then cut it on.
Yeah.
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 I know another thing I'll
I
see
mean,
some of the bigger guys do is they'll actually set their before launch, set everything to where 0% commissions across, and they'll buy the funnel out of their own pocket to inflate the
just so
EPCs
that you get the EPCs.
because
Yeah.
it makes it's a psychological trigger for the sentiment of the affiliates. I mean, a lot of affiliates, they're not stupid, but it also kind of helps create a cushion for the spam traffic. So that's another little tip there, guys. It doesn't mean you're a bad person if you do it, but I've noticed some big names do it. I've done it. I have a
I'm
product
sure
that's
they
got like a
do.
300% conversion rate, and it's like a $300
I
EPC. It's ready
I
for
go
the
out
for the
to
spammers, just in case. You know.
sure. I go out to a particular list that tends to get me relatively good versions early on.
Mm.
And then the last product I think ended up at about 16%. On Warrior, that's not actually 16% because they take the whole funnel into account and not just the front end product.
Yeah.
But still, 16% on Warrior is better than somebody doing 8% on Warrior, you know.
All right. All right. So we got the next installment to your was it the toolbox? Because
Mhm.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
marketing shed toolbox. Your next
Marketing
installment.
Toolshed Toolbox. Yeah,
Yeah.
is booking it.
Book in a
You
day.
can write
So
a book. You, it's a bit misnamed, I've got to say, because I wrote a book in under an hour
yeah, yeah,
using
yeah.
this. If you just copy and paste stuff, you get it done very quickly.
Right.
The whole idea is that then you go back and read it, and
Yeah.
then you see if it's mentioned any workbook you've got to make, and
Mm.
get your AI to do all the workbooks and
Yeah.
stuff for you.
Obviously.
But
Yeah. Mm.
I had to write the book. I've got a bunch of so it's not just one prompt,
Yeah.
but it's a series of prompts that take you through the process.
Mm.
And it takes you through the same sort of process that I would have used when I was doing ghostwriting
Mm.
to write a book like that. And then it also shows you how to format that book um, in a way that makes it look like a properly formatted book,
Mm.
which a good, they say a good of why people buy stuff is on the presentation. There is a thing called costuming. I'm a big fan of behavioral economics and research. Just
Well,
to
it
that,
ties into
costly
marketing, so it makes sense.
basically.
It does
Yeah,
tie in.
a lot of stuff that we take for granted, things like pop-up timers
Mm.
boxes and things popping up. That's all behavioral economics.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of distilled when we do it in our thing. So costuming basically says it doesn't matter really how bad your product is. If you make it look good, people will
Mm.
give it more value. But
Yeah.
they're assuming that something is worth a lot more money. So just as case in point is the Apple iPhone. I've
Mm.
had many of these over the years. I love the iPhone. I think it's a brilliant system. But when you get it, when you get your new iPhone and you take it out of the box for the first time, the time to open that box, for that box to slide down, timed, it's about 4 seconds for every iPhone that's open. And it builds the anticipation in the
Mm.
person who's bought it. So
Mm.
they're not just thinking about the sale, thinking about after sale,
Mm.
keep excited about accessing the product.
Mm.
And there's another thing that Apple do. Apple will always ship an iPhone with enough power in it so that you can turn it on and get going straight away. And again, the benefit is you're not hanging around. It's not, I've got this brilliant thing. Now I have to plug it in for 3 hours. It's instant. It's right there
Yep.
when you want it,
Yep.
And that's all costly signaling. It's all saying, I am here and I am spending enough money in order to make good designs, in order to put all of this stuff out there, things that aren't doing me any good, really, but are giving you a better experience. And
Yeah.
that's why I think things like, making your book look good is
Mm.
actually pretty important. Now, I
Okay.
show you in the course how
Yes.
you do that, how you can do that in Google Docs, so you don't need to pay any money to do it. And you can use the free version of Canva to make yourself a cover.
You
Very
heard that,
simple to do.
huh?
Yeah. And I also show you a tool that is completely free, which instead of doing it in Google Docs, you can put it in there. If you want to give it to Amazon, you can stick it in this tool and it will
Speaking
format
of
it.
Amazon, are you trying to show the audience after doing this to have a way of using other sales channels beside like Word plus Amazon? Do you talk
Well,
about
I
that, or is it a
I
higher
was
in the funnel?
originally looking at doing Amazon and sort of
Mm-hmm.
showing people the process of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought, this isn't the best place to sell your ebook because these things, they come out, they're like 10,000 word books.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. All of them I've done so far are about 10,000 words long. And the, the sort of books you'd sell on Amazon, you'd sell that for $4 or $5 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
These same sort of ebook are being sold through adverts on Instagram, on Facebook.
Oh, okay, okay.
$37, $47. So you go out and buy a $47 product, you could very easily get an ebook which has got all of this information in it, but that's all it is just an ebook. So imagine you get delivered something that isn't just something that looks like it's come out of a Word document. It looks like it's a proper book. It looks like it's formatted properly.
You actually take the time, and that's another thing. Like when people use AI like that, read over your work. Read your work, because if there's something in there that's icky and it's not ethical, and you miss it, you gotta read over.
And you know what? You don't have to do a lot to fix that. You just have to tell the AI, look, this thing, that's not the way we do it. And it'll go and fix it for you, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't, you need to do a hell of a lot of writing. You just, you highlight what the problem is and then let AI do the rest of the work.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Again, you know, most people aren't writers. Most people haven't got the discipline to do it, and it's not a bad thing saying that. I'm not saying that you're wrong for not doing that at all.
Right.
It's just the way that things are.
Yeah.
The people who write and who do write books, they do it because they have some sort of love of writing. I mean, I started writing a book at Christmas.
I'm a writer too. I don't be writing books, but mostly content, like content pieces.
About 10,000 words into writing a legal thriller. I would never use AI for that in a million years, because that's not why I enjoy doing the writing process.
Yeah, of course.
If you're doing something which is essentially for a marketing channel, and you need to get that up quickly, and then you need to get back to focusing on your business, and Steven, spending 6 months writing a book.
Steve, this has been a great call. I've been. It just told me we're about to run out of time. We have 9 minutes left. This was a great call, man. That's why I like it, because it like forces us. It's like, shut up. You have 9 minutes left. Well, anyhow, this has been a great call. I think we did it like almost an hour. I think it's like an hour usually. So anyway, guys, what Steve put out in his tool shed, marketing tool shed, is that what it is?
That's it. Yes.
The marketing tool shed, the next series in his installment. If you want to pick up the marketing tool shed, I'll have some bonuses for you guys. Click the link in the description, or up here, or left, around here, whatever site you're viewing this on. I know we dropped some nuggets. Like, I know we did, you know, because people like the part where we're like, oh, don't talk about it. I just gave them game on that with the Facebook group. No, like, dude, there's ways the audience build organically, although we like to launch. It's quicker. It's easier. But do take the launch traffic and put it to a group to dig the pain points. I just want to leave it on that note. So pick up the latest installment from Steve, Marketing Tool Shed. For your bonuses, you'll see the bonus list in the link in the description. Thank you, Steve, for your time, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go through this training. I already know we did a good one. It actually popped my cherry because, like I told you earlier, it gave me permission to stop flaking out on my guests. And so this has been the first successful interview with you, sir. And thank you for what you do, helping these people out to save as much money as they can.
Pleasure, and thanks for promoting stuff, and it's good.
Well, this is like a new frontier for me. I'm gonna try to do more of this with other vendors.
Right. Okay.
All right, man. You be blessed, man.
All right. Speak to you soon.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.